Uh, no, I don't think that Iraq had anything to do with religion. We went to Iraq because of for oil, for one, to oust Saddam Hussein, the disgusting evil dictator over his rule over his people, who he treated like expendable rats. But we see how the Bush administration went about that. I know a little bit about the transition, that the American occupation and what was done, what was failed to be done, such as the failure to institute a martial law, which is authorized under the Fourth Geneva Convention, when we first invaded. And when we first invaded, they didn't have any running water, electricity, plumbing, sewage treatment, all that bullshit. They didn't have it. And we saw them, we let them down throughout time. Then when ORA was replaced by CPA, ran by Bremer, and the stupid decisions that he made within the 2 weeks that he took the office, such as the demilitarization of the country, rendering half a million people unemployed. We saw the devastating effects of that, because now you have people that had military training, that know where guns are, that know where caches are, that weren't guarded, and so much, and so on and so forth. As well as the hiring of Shalaby to take apart the Ba'ath Party that was instituted by Saddam Hussein to run that country. And we saw that as well. I don't think that religion played that big of a role until, of course, we saw the almost, I would say, inevitable combination of it when people like Muqtada al-Sadr came on in his stepping stone and convinced that his people that the American occupation was the bigger devil. That Saddam Hussein, the evil dictator, was gone. That's good, only to be replaced by the bigger evil and the devil, the American occupation, which he made his own mighty army and took over much of southern Iraq and all that other bullshit. Religion didn't help anything, but I think that we would have won that country without 9/11. Because Saddam Hussein had nothing to do with 9/11. I don't know why some Americans think that he fucking that he did. They're just fucking stupid. They clearly don't know much of the history.
Do you think that religion is too deep-seated to be uprooted?
Like, can we get rid of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's always a possibility. When I first started looking into it, a little bit before I left the military, I started wondering the same thing. If religion's history goes back so far into our species, is it possible to change people's mind and make them wake up? And I come to the conclusion that yes, it is possible. Here's why. Because when we go to the times of witchcraft, when witches were real in our minds, that people could put curses on people and fly around on brooms or what the fuck ever, and you had people burning people alive. They're religious, by the way, and you know, you had that disgusting form of insanity with progression, with people saying, "Hey guys, it isn't how it quite works out," and doubt and criticism. That's how you get rid of it, and it's slowly, for the most part, witchcraft hasn't gone away, but we all know that witchcraft is a bunch of bullshit. Just as much as the religious, any ideology is bullshit. It might, just as like Jainism. You'll notice, many of my atheist friends have pointed this out, you'll notice the more fanatic a Jainist gets, the less we have to worry about him. The more fanatic a Christian gets, the more fanatic a Muslim gets, the more fanatic a Jew gets. The more we have to worry about them. That's the difference. And I love all these people that say, well, we just need to institute peace and understanding between the two. You don't cut down a weed and expect it to go fucking away. You have to look at the source. You have to uproot it by its source. You have to pull it out and and say, well, job is done. You can't just look at a weed and say, because all the other weeds are going to grow up out of it. You have to root them up by the source. And that's what a lot of people fail to do. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with everybody in the agnostic world, that thinking that they can just institute peace and say, oh, come on, just, this and that and that. It's not going to happen. It's not realistic. And in their minds, I really think they know it's not realistic. They're just trying to say it to make themselves feel better. Which is disgusting, because you're not looking in the bigger picture. You're not looking for the future generation to come. Which, in many religious ideologies, if this is not looked at, we're not looking to a future generation. And I've seen personally, some of the fanatics in the Muslim world. We cannot have many of those. And a lot of people say, well, we just need I saw a couple of interviews between some of the Muslim fanatics and some of the Muslim moderates that say, well, we need to fight Muslim moderatism, or the moderate belief, the cherry-picking belief, with the more fanatical belief. We need to do that. No, that is not what we need to fucking do. That is retarded. That's not going to work, and it's not going to happen.